fertilizing. I should have enough fertilizer to finish out this field. 1,200 liters. That should be more than plenty. I don't foresee why it wouldn't. Before I continue wasting it, let's make sure it's actually doing it. Okay, so it's not actually doing anything, so I think we have to plant first. So we'll go ahead and we'll try that out. There we go. Couldn't not turn it off. My fingers were not hitting the right buttons. So this is the first time I've actually used this sour. It's leased, so that's good. But yeah, the first time I have actually used it. So let's see how it does. I got this one in particular because it allows you to seed directly into the ground without having to plow it every time or cultivate it. And since I went with a plow, that will be very beneficial, so that way I don't have to deal with that. So I can just, next harvest, more than likely seed right over whatever this is. So I'm planting sorghum now, so when time comes, you seed right over it and we'll be good. Depending on what we get price-wise from depending on what we get from the soybeans when we sell, we may be able to purchase some of our grass equipment, which that would be a mower and a baler. We might even just go with just a loading wagon and turn it into silage from there, and then just load it up with a bucket. That is also a possibility. Versus a small little silage silo. I think they're like $5 grand. So, yes, I know that I did not get all the stones here. I essentially gave up. My little rock picture was taking way too long. Way too long. That's alright. I don't think that this maintenance icon is this cedar. It can't be. I guess, as I was saying earlier, it's the first time I've used it, so it's gotta be just a tractor. That's also concerning a little bit, as it's more likely going to be an expensive repair. When I was at the shop earlier adding just a front loader attachment to my little tractor over there, it was already at $3,000 for the repair. This is my large tractor, so I'm going to assume it's going to be more expensive because it's worth more, as it should be. This was a not so straight line, but we'll get it done. So yes, just rocking on through. Yep, I've seen straighter lines. That is not a very straight line, but we'll be okay. So we'll start off with this section here on the right, since it's the most square. Just back and forth until we get it done. What I was thinking about was doing a half and half crop. So this big section here, just do it as sorghum, which I know I can use it for chicken feed, and then do the other section as like canola or something like that. I'm still unsure, I might yet, but just so that way I have more than just one crop. So I mean, if something comes up and it spikes in price, I can sell it, or I have the product to at least sell to that really wish I had a place to store my equipment. I mean, I guess I do, down around that valley. But that would mean I'd have to go into town every time to just bring it over to the field here. That doesn't particularly tickle my fancy. So I don't think I'm going to. I think I'll just sit down the edge of the field. I might park it up over there on the path to the field. That might work better. So, here we go. Just moving along. This actually does quite a good chunk. I'm very happy with it. And I'm missing a whole road there. Okay. We'll come back and we'll finish that off. How's everyone's Sunday? I know it snowed here for us. Did it snow by anybody else? It was quite ridiculous. We got 2 to 4 inches, but it just snowed steady. And it was very packy snow, so it made driving in it the absolute worst. Alright, so we're about a quarter of the way done with it. I'm just trying to string off the side here. And I don't think I'm doing a great job of it. I know that I'm wasting a seat on the left side there, but that is alright. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I definitely drifted again. So that's kind of annoying. I do have a fix-all for that though. So, what we could do, what I will do anyways, do it from inside the cab. We'll just use our indicating arrow right here and make sure that we're going straight. Anytime it drifts, quickly pop it back over. We're just splitting this lane right here. I'm not sure how far out we go from while I'm inside the cab though, so that might be an issue. But we should have a very straight line. Yeah, see, look at that. Much better. Now see if I can do it again. Sorry about that. But yes, does anybody have any Christmas holiday plans this week? Or not this week? Actually, no, screw it, this week. I know that Christmas is coming up in a few weeks here. I know my family is doing a huge get-together, and they would like to bunch of different fun things planned. I suggested we do some karaoke, so that might be a thing that happens. So there's a very strong possibility that that will happen. Karaoke is normally fun with the family, especially after a few adult beverages and everyone starts feeling real comfortable. It never fails to be a good time. Yes, my tractor is definitely getting dirty. A pressure washer is a future investment for sure. Like, no choice in the matter. I have to get one when I can afford it. Right now, if I were to buy that, I'm pretty sure I would go broke waiting for this, waiting to harvest. But we'll see. I might not. But yeah, so I have 18 grand. I lose about $1,000 a day when sleeping. So that'll probably get me to right around, I would have to say, because I think I can harvest in not July, like September, October, the sorghum. That would give me April, so 2000 April, 2000 May, 2000 in June, that's 6,000, 2000 July, that's 8,000, 10,000 in August, 12,000 in September, 14 grand in October. Of course I do have, my soybeans I can sell yet, so that's a plus. And I will have several contracts that I can do throughout. Because my rule is I have to do one a day, unless it's winter. Then I just kind of hibernate through it like a bear. But normally I just do one job a day, just to help keep the farm moving and alive. Also, could find a collectible. I don't go out and look for them. So if I stumble upon it, I stumble upon it. That'll just be essentially free money. But otherwise, I won't actively go out and look for a collectible, as it kind of breaks the game. It is quite a bit of money. It's $50,000 per collectible, which is ridiculous. However, if you guys see that I passed a collectible, because I'm in that area, just let me know. I've only found one. That was the one that's in town by the tree. Apologize for that. Not sure if you guys can hear that. I'll definitely be editing that out. But yeah, so we're almost done with this section here. Then we'll look at some of the crops and what I can plant now. Let's see if there's anything I would like to throw over there on that small section. Or if I just want to say screw it and do the rest of the field in a sorghum, which is a huge possibility. But yeah, just we're done with this. Now the fun part, because I'm stubborn and don't want to move my equipment, I have to weasel my way into there. The turning radius of this tractor is ridiculous. And away we go. So, exciting news in the world, or my world I should say. I recently created a server Discord for both Twitch and YouTube. Anybody who wants to come over and check it out. stay tuned, stay up to date with different games I'll be playing, what game I'll be playing, what game I'll be streaming, when I'll be streaming, and stuff like that. I'll definitely have the link in the description, so anybody is welcome to join and check that out. My goal is to grow a community that we can all chill, talk, laugh together, and make decisions on some stuff, play some games, anything, basically. Whatever it is that you guys want to do. I think I want to have in the future, I want to have a decision-making process, like for when I play Farming Simulator, have a chat where we decide which crop we plant, have people debating over the pros and cons of it, of which crop, and we'll make a group decision during that. I think that would be pretty fun, pretty cool. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go sort of all the way through the field. I think that is the best aspect of it, or best possible action I can do at this moment. So, we'll head on down here and we'll continue chugging along. My tractor is definitely dirty though. Definitely dirty, definitely needs a wash. I wish that when they do the mods, because I play on console, so I know that we don't get a ton of the super great mods. But I do hope that one mod that comes up for PlayStation is the mod that allows you to get stuck in the field if it's too soft. I think that would be just awesome. It would be super realistic and super fun. I might be playing games with some of my buddies later, so if you're watching the stream, you'll definitely get to join in for that fun. It can get a little raunchy, but I'll try to keep it pretty clean. I think the raunchiest they'll get is maybe a few F-bombs here and there, but nothing major, nothing more than that. But yes, we're doing pretty good for ourselves. We should be done with this field fairly quickly, I do think. This is the tricky part though, because it's at an angle, so instead of being smart and going up and down, I kind of did it the dumb way, or I'm doing it the dumb way, going on an angle, but I have nothing but time, so we're in no real rush to get it planted. Like I said, we have to fertilize it after. I won't have to herbicide due to the fact that I have weeds turned off, because you cannot herbicide until the plants are grown. And if you do that, you destroy the crops unless you hire a worker. So it doesn't make any sense to me how that works. So I just turned them off. It's realistic enough that I have to pick stones and whatnot. So I figured the weeds are not going to be a problem. Plus, who likes to watch people spray for weeds? I mean, it's typically 4 or 5 passes and then it's done. It's not realistic in the slightest. It would be super cool if you could use a plane to do it. Like a crop sprayer. That would be awesome. So let me see that 11 miles per hour. That's pretty good. And I hardly went through any seeds, so that's also nice. I could probably do another contract today and get some more money for seeding, especially if it's something simple like this. I did not check to see if my field needed lime, nor do I have the capability of being able to spread it at the moment. I only have fertilizer spreader. But you would think that they could go hand in hand, but you would be wrong. I found that out after I purchased it. And since I purchased it, I wasn't going to return it because you immediately lose money. Kind of like buying a car. Ah, man, sorry, I had to scratch my eye. Here we go. Yeah, I don't see any real particular damage that's being done to the cedar here, so I think we're good on that end. While we're doing the seeding contract for another field, we can definitely go ahead and hire a worker out to spray Field 6 for us here. So that way that is being done. We'll stay ahead of the curve. Or we can always wait till next month as well. But like I said, I don't want to risk destroying crops if I don't have to. I know a lot of you are probably saying just turn crop destruction off, but that's unrealistic. You know, you destroy crops if you drive on them. So we'll try to keep it as realistic in that fashion as we can. Goals for this episode, like I said, get this field done in 1 second. Alright, and I'm back. That was just my brother interrupting for almost nothing. Just to do it. So but yeah, as I was saying, goals for this episode: get this field planted, do a few contracts maybe, and maybe sell our first pellet of eggs. Which I still have to figure out how I'm going to transport that. Haven't quite figured that out yet. So that's on the list of work. That's on the list. Might be able to find something that they used equipment store, maybe like a cheap low loader or something like that. That's always a possibility. Otherwise, they're normally pretty cheap. I think they're like $6,000. One of them is. I do wish I would have stone picked the rest of this field. That's for sure. But we'll deal with our consequences. There are quite a few rocks in here. shouldn't affect the way the crops grow at all, I don't think. If it does, then we'll learn, and we'll know for next time. What I don't like is that the pattern for the seating is not going at an angle anymore, so it just goes in a straight line. Whereas normally it would draw in the way that you were actually going. So it's just straight up and down. Because in 2019 it did that. So whatever way you pulled it, that's the way it went for you. That's the way it drew it in the dirt. Just a small little section left. Cool. We'll knock that out quick. Let's talk about this scenery. We got hot air balloons in the sky. We got rolling hills, castle on a hill, it looks like, mountains everywhere. I think it looks amazing. Alright, and we are done. So, we're going to turn and fold the cedar, get this planted and get it off our tractor so that we aren't getting charged for using it. Go ahead and park it in its normal spot here. At least not off the tractor. I can stay hooked up to the tractor. Maybe. But we'll jump in the fertilizer, see if we can fertilize it now. 50%. Okay. Now I can fertilize it again. Perfect. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll get this done, and then we'll check out a contract. Maybe not for today, since we're doing 2 jobs. For tomorrow, definitely. Now, I'm limiting myself to 1 contract per. So whether it be fertilizing or sowing. Fertilizing contracts are really easy ways to make money here, because you get a decent amount for very little work. I might not have enough fertilizer to get this done, it looks like. We'll see. I think I'm too far there. There we go. Just right. And this should put us up to 75% fertilized. Maybe 100%. We might get lucky. But we might have to fertilize it 1 more time. Still not quite sure how that works in this game. Oh, I drifted. I definitely drifted. That's alright. And then we'll go ahead, square that off. And yeah, I'd say probably 2 minutes away from finishing up the field here. Once that's done, we'll go ahead, check the chickens, and then definitely sleep for the day. No, that is way too far. I'm not sure what 42 meters looks like, but I know it's definitely less than what that was. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have just enough to get this field done. Maybe a little extra, but yeah, pretty much that's it. Fields that are in my path to purchase are, I wouldn't mind buying field 13 and field 5 as well. Those are two fields that I definitely want. They're on my agenda to get. I don't know which one I'm going to get first. We'll figure that out when that time comes. I'm sure that they're both very expensive. So, if I'm correct, I should start to kind of swoop over a little bit. Right up and into here. That should be about 42 meters. And we'll have to do one more pass right after it. And then this feels done. I was very wrong. That's 42 meters. God, these rock piles just look absolutely terrible in this field. But I don't feel like hiring a worker on to go ahead and get them for me, so I think I'll just leave them. And we'll definitely rock pick next harvest. As I won't have to plow, I'll just have to seed. So, that I can afford to do. Yep, just enough fertilizer. We can go ahead and hit that section real quick there, actually. And we're probably going to run out before we even get to the end here. Couldn't even get it all. But definitely close. Alrighty. Fertilizing is done. Field is planted. 100%. Okay. We can go ahead and drive on down. Head over by the chickens, check them out, see how they're doing. I think if I were to sell the eggs, I think I would have to get a fork attachment for my front loader and bring them back that way. 553 pieces, and they need food. Well, it's a good thing I brought the little tractor then. I should be... Oh yes, yesterday I got the chickens. I didn't make a video out of that, or not yet. Anyways, I do have a video. I don't have video of me buying chickens, but it was essentially me just doing some jobs. I'd be more than happy. I'm going to be working on editing it and uploading it tonight. That's going to be my editing test video. But yeah, so I did buy the chickens. And I bought the water tank because I figured you have to have water for chickens. You know, animals need water to survive, blah, blah, blah. So I purchased them, and I was very misinformed. You do not need a water tanker. So it was just essentially a huge waste of money that I bought, that I spent. Did I high center? Okay. Thank God for a four-wheel drive tractor. So chickens are all full up on food. Oh, there goes a little deer. I am very confused. Very, very confused as to why my controller is not detaching from this trailer. I think my game may have crashed. We'll definitely see here. Looking at the spinning blue wheel of death. This happened to me on Tuesday too, actually. I think it's because I was actually recording a video. So I believe that might be the case. That might be what's going on here.